So we were just brainstorming about, we knew we had to film today, so we were just brainstorming on the perfect video idea. And we could not come up with one. So we both just kind of looked at each other and said, you know what? We're tired and we know that we need to eat, and our brain isn't working properly because we haven't eaten our next meal yet.
We said, you know, why we're having so much difficulty when we don't normally have difficulty coming up with ideas, because there's so much to talk about in weight loss and fitness and the whole weight loss journey that we've been through. We normally don't have a problem. We were forcing it and like brainstorming as hard as we could to come up with the best, most perfect video idea that's gonna go viral. Meanwhile, what we really needed to do, both of us were tired, both of us were very hungry, and our brains were foggy. We were basically putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah, so we thought, hey, let's use that as the perfect video idea.
Because we thought back to when we struggled, and when we struggled all the time, we were doing things basically out of a natural order. Not in the natural order, not in the day-to-day things that we need to do to take care of ourselves. We were doing things backwards.
So basically, we wanted to talk about how we get in the right mindset every day to do what we do. Because before, we wouldn't get in the right mindset. We would just use all the excuses in the book. I had a bad day, so I'm just gonna eat whatever I want. I'm not feeling well, or I'm tired today because I didn't sleep right, or something happened and I'm just tired, so I'm not gonna work out today. Now, in order to feel proper, we need to do our fasted cardio. It's part of our routine. If we don't do it, we feel off. And if we don't drink all our water, we don't feel right. We feel sluggish and dehydrated. And if we don't eat all of our meals on time, our heads literally get foggy. We have a hard time thinking when we're low on food. And so those are the things that we have to do every day now in order to stay on track and not turn to food the way we used to. Now we don't use food as a crutch anymore. So we have to always stay on track with everything that helps us with, and that right now is fasted cardio, it's eating clean during the week, having our cheat day once a week, weight training 4 to 5 times a week, drinking all of our water, trying to stay present, and reading ourselves and each other when we're not feeling right, and saying, hey, you know what? We said we were gonna go live on Instagram right now, but our heads are not there. So let's wait and make it a better live later when we feel better, or another day. Or, you know, we said we were gonna film a video today, but we're tired, so why don't we get a good sleep? And then it will come across way better tomorrow.
And you know what? We found that, us included, most people want to focus on the number. Like, I can remember back when I was almost 400 pounds. I told myself this lie over and over again, because in my head I wanted to simplify it, that everything was simplified around, if I can just get under 300 pounds, everything in my life will be smooth sailing. If I can just see 299 pounds, I gotta break that 300 pound mark, everything will be fixed. I knew I had deep, you know, skeletons in my closet and stuff that I needed to work on, but the focusing on that number was a lot easier. The funny thing is, we have times where we've lost weight and put it back on. I got there and I didn't do any other work on myself to be ready to be there. So when I got under 300 pounds, the old habits I had of how I got so big in the first place crept right back in.
That's very true. If you let it, or if you think that, you know, and we always thought in the beginning, if we can just get to this weight, life will be perfect. Everything will be great. And then you hit a certain weight in your weight loss and you're like, okay, there's more to it than that. There's got to be, because I'm still not happy. I'm still not happy with my body or myself. And so we wanted to also share with you that you can lose weight. You can lose it fast, you can lose it slow, you can do whatever you want, lose how much you want. But if you want to keep that weight off, you have to dig into your mental mindset. You have to change your thinking.
We have a responsibility to ourselves, and we have a moral responsibility to you guys, the friends, to not just talk about the logistics of physically losing weight. We have to deal with the emotional side too, or else we're doing you and ourselves a big disservice. And we don't hear many other people talking about the emotional side of weight loss. And I know, like, sometimes we get a little too deep for you guys, but we have to talk about it for our own well-being, because,
and for yours.
And for yours guys too, because it's such a big factor in, like Nicole said, whether or not you're gonna keep the weight off.
Yeah, because if you guys see us and you're like, oh wow, what did you eat? What exercise
How
did
many
you
calories?
do? And that's a part of it. That's a big part of it. What we ate, what we eat now, how we exercise. But what you also need to know is it's not just about the food and it's not just about the exercise. You have to change your thinking. You will not change your life or your weight permanently without changing your thinking.
You have to deal with those past griefs, traumas that you've been through, because we'll give an example of me and Nicole. Me and Nicole were emotional binge eaters for the majority of our lives. We used food as a numbing, coping mechanism for the majority of our lives. 20 plus years of our lives, we had that. Our drug of choice was food, to numb ourselves, to escape life. We didn't deal with any problems or any difficult people or situations. We ran to food and emotionally numbed ourselves with food. So what happens if you say, but if I just lose the weight, it'll be perfect. We lost the weight at times in our life. We were right back to where we started, because no longer now, you remove the emotional crutch of the food. You remove that source of numbing. But what do you do now? You're left now with your head, and that's a scary place if you're not dealing with things. And guess what? You put the weight right back on because you didn't do the emotional work. You just said it's about a number, it's about exercise, and if I can just hold on so long to lose the weight, I'll be fine. But you find that when you get to that point, you have a lot of empty time and a lot of space and time to think. And you never did that before. You never sat with yourself and were comfortable. You're always uncomfortable with yourself, uncomfortable in your own skin. So for us, we needed to self-medicate with food. And when you remove that and you just say, okay, it's not about anything emotional anymore, I'm just gonna remove the food and I'm gonna lose weight and everything will be fine. You find yourself, a lot of people that get like that weight loss surgery, they no longer can physically eat, so they turn to alcohol because they still haven't done their emotional homework.
Yeah, because the surgery works, but you still have to tackle this. There's no permanent weight loss without changing your thinking.
And you keep that facade all the time. You have that facade going, like, people ask you how you're doing. You go to work or you go to school, you come home from work, your husband, your wife asks you how you doing, you say fine. You keep up that front like everything's fine. You know inside whether you're fine or not, and you know that a quick fix diet is not going to change you inside. And it sucks that it can't be that easy, but it's not. And we have to talk about this because we want you guys to not need us. We want you to join us in the movement that we're, trying to push, which is, it's in your heart and in your head. It's not just the physical weight loss. It's not just what do I eat and how many calories. Everything has to change.
No one else in the fitness industry is going to tell you this, guys. This is the whole truth. You can eat right and exercise, but if you don't change your thinking, you will not keep the weight off. So because we love you guys and we care about you guys, we need to tell you the whole truth. You can see us and watch what we eat and how we work out, but if you don't change your head, you're not going to change like us. So love yourself, deal with the stuff. It's not easy, it's not comfortable, but if you want permanent change and permanent weight loss, you gotta deal with the stuff.
And you have us. If you don't have anybody in your life, any positive people or anybody that understands your struggle with weight or your body issues or whatever, you have the whole community of our subscribers, you have the comment section, you have us. We might not be able to get to your comments, but we read them all, and you have us to at least tell somebody, let somebody know what you're going through, because we understand. We've been there in the dirtiest of gutters. We've been there with you.
So the friends, let's end that with, we love you, we care about you. For weight loss, you also got to deal with your thought process, your mental mindset. Let us know if you're struggling. That's what the comment section's for. You always have us. You're never alone. And like Kyle said, even if we can't get to your comment, we've read it and you're in our thoughts.
And we want you guys to win, not just for a week or not just for 3 months to keep the weight off. We want you to win for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Which means constantly evolving and being better from the inside out, not just putting, you know, a quick fix on the weight was the problem. The food was my problem. It just was about the food and it just was about the weight. We want you guys to have lifelong solutions, which means dealing with this too.
And happiness. So thanks to friends for watching. Hopefully we inspired you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? Or what?
What?
The kissed fists of doom, okay?
The what?
The kissed fists of doom. Go.
All right.
No, come on. Okay, thanks to friends. Thanks for watching. Bye.